Wanted to do a little how-to video. If you've got a buzzing string on your ukulele, just when open strings and your string buzzes, you're right on that E string. We're buzz there. Alright, this what that buzz is, I was just checking the nut back here, make sure that it wasn't any profile or anything on the nut that was causing it. I was putting pressure on the string coming across the nut, just making sure there wasn't no buzz coming from there. The buzz on this one, anyways, your case could vary, depending. But if it's an open string and your string buzzes, it can only be buzzing from two different places. If it's not touching any frets down through there, it shouldn't be touching any frets. The nut and the bridge, or saddle. Anyways, this one, the nut slot is a tiny bit off. I was adjusting the nut slot and bringing the string down just a tiny bit to dial it in for how I like it on ukulele. And I got that nut slot just a tiny bit off, and the string buzzing is showing it. Now I'm using a StewMac nut file for this. Very expensive, nice, fancy nut files. And I need to thank a Ukulele Underground friend who gifted this to me. Which also might be because they wanted me to do setups and things for them. I'm not really sure yet, but I don't care. I got a StewMac nut file. All my ukuleles, they all got perfect setups. And anyways, this one is too. It's got a perfect setup. But I've got that nut slot just a little off. So what I'm going to do is I am going to level that nut slot up. I've got it at a tiny bit of an angle, and that's what's causing that string to buzz. It's not hitting that nut slot and hitting all sides of that nut evenly. So what we're doing here is I'm just taking this is my smallest file size, and I'm just leveling that nut slot up just slightly. And I'm not really pressing down to go any deeper. I'm making sure those sides are really good and straight. I've already got this one kind of set where I want it as far as the height, so I don't want to get it any higher. Alright, set that down. Always take my fingernail and run through those nut slots after I'm done to make sure you get rid of any sharp edges or anything like that so that it don't cut your strings. If you don't have fingernails, use something, even when you'll fold you up a piece of paper and run it through that nut slot and around the edges, and that will smooth the edges up and make it so that it won't no buzzing. Like I said, that wasn't nothing about Blue Wing ukuleles having a buzz. I caused the buzz and then I fixed it. So well, the owner, I guess, wouldn't know if I didn't just make a video on it. But I appreciate you watching. How-to video number 2. Thank y'all.